Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday. And this week we have a rather interesting game that popped up on the randomizer. It's a title by Carrie and Michael Huang, who are apparently a quite prolific duo online. I had never heard of them before prior to this, but checking out their website, which is still up by the way, and it provides links to all sorts of different games and social media accounts and YouTube channels that they have headed up, and they have quite the following by the looks of things. Millions of subscribers on their YouTube channels. But the title in question today that they made is Get to the Top, Although There Is No Top. And it's not showing on the title here, but it's a specific variant called Small Platforms. Apparently they made 100 variations of this game, and this just happens to be one of them. So I've never played any of these games before, so it's probably best to start with the instructions. Oh wow, that's a lot to read. I'll just try to skim read the pertinent points. Go as high as you can without falling behind. You can press the arrow keys to move and space to jump, or you can use W, A, and D. That's probably what I'll use, since it'll probably be easier. Platform, that's what you're landing on. In order to jump higher, you must move faster. Oh, interesting. Okay. The bottom. If you fall through here, it's all over. Okay. Score, speed, horror mode. This makes the speed 8 miles per hour. Click on it or press down to activate. It's permanent. Okay. Well, that's a lot to take in. I think probably the best way to learn, though, is just to learn by doing and playing. But that's interesting. You can change the player character, and you can change the platforms. I assume it's just cosmetic, but I'll just go ahead and stick with the default for the purposes of this initial play. And without any further ado, let us play. All right, and we're in. Whoa, okay, yeah. Okay, so the camera is automatically scrolling. So I think you need to try to stay ahead of the camera. Oh, that's easier said than done. The camera is starting to speed up. I like how deadpan the player character was at his impending demise there. Expression didn't change at all. Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty simple platformer. All you do is just jump upwards for as long as you can. The instructions did say there is no ultimate victory state. You just have to try to do the best you can. Try to get as high of a score as you can. There's no sound or music. Wow, that was pathetic. Let's try that again. And I think it said it might be randomized. Yeah, it looks like it is, the way the platforms are. And since this is the small platforms variant, I'm probably playing a more challenging variant to get to the top, although there is no top. So I'm kind of getting thrown into the deep end here for my first time ever playing these games. So it's interesting, though. I can see the appeal of this for some people. Oh, geez. And since it's pretty short, you do have kind of a... Well, yeah, I didn't do very well. It has kind of a... has kind of a just one more try appeal to it. But kind of a shame about the lack of sound or music. But I suppose if you're making 100 variations of these, then I guess that can be forgiven. And there we go. Well, 81, kind of decent. Let's see. Let me try activating horror mode. See what that's all about. Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 So yeah, I'm not the best at this. Obviously, it is my first time playing this game, but um, and of course you do have to account for inertia there. Your player character doesn't stop immediately when you let up on the movement keys, so you have to account for that. Make sure you don't go too fast, but you still want to go fast enough to make those longer jumps. So there's a decent amount of factors to consider, despite this being such a seemingly simplistic game, at least on the surface. So I'll try one more time, then I'll give you my thoughts. See how well I do. Come on, Nostril, focus. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. We're making progress. All right. So, I didn't do particularly well, but I think we've gotten the gist, though, of this game. So that's Get to the Top, although there is no top small platforms. And yeah, this is definitely a bite-sized platformer, and I can see the appeal of it for certain types of people who want to try to beat their high score, and the fact that it is super fast means that there's not much of a time investment for the various runs and such. So I don't know if it really tickles my fancy, but like I said, I can see the appeal for others. And like I said, there are 99 more variants apparently, so there's a decent chance that I might run across more of these over the course of this series, and depending on what the gameplay mechanics are and how they differ, who knows, maybe I might like subsequent ones more or less depending on the circumstances. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care everyone.